We're a paranormal investigative group. We investigate claims of the unknown.
I don't know if I can eat this.
I'm trying to integrate a little bit more health into their diet.
Steve, is that a joke?
You seem scared of them.
Have you had to see it?
I don't believe in any of this ghostly stuff. I'm Chef Ezra. In my world, flavor comes first.
I'm Julie, the nutritionist. In my world, nutrition is everything.
You gotta call it for your health.
Baby, pasta?
Pasta.
In Italian food?
It has to go. The fat is out of control.
Who cooks under these circumstances?
We're a paranormal investigative group. We investigate claims of the unknown, things that can't be explained by science.
We use audio, video, temperature readings, EMF. Usually we come up with something interesting.
We gather for meetings every month.
We have a mediocre at best meal.
I'm making hamburger patties because the gang likes eating potatoes.
Steve tries to cook us a nutritious, fulfilling dinner, so he thinks.
I'm trying to integrate a little bit more flavor, a little bit more fiber, a little health into their diets.
I think he thinks that he's really good, but he's not.
I mix in a bit of breakfast cereal. It adds a lot of fiber to it, a lot of flavor, a lot more goodness, wholesome goodness.
It's horrible, I'm telling you, it's horrible. I want to tell him his food sucks, but he kept telling me it's his grandma's recipe.
This is definitely a tough bunch to cook for.
How many times have we offered to cook? He won't let us.
I don't necessarily eat it myself, but hey, to appease him, why not?
He says he's a health nut, but I have yet to see it.
Rice balls, they enjoy it, so I make it.
It makes high school cafeteria food taste good.
They're moaning that I don't give them enough flavor, so I mean, there we go.
Wow.
Do you have the rest of the salad?
That's everything.
It's really difficult to fulfill our obligations of these investigations. A lot of times I'm tired, I just can't find that energy.
Definitely he needs some more flavor in his food, and he needs healthier food and more variety.
You have a few of the members in the group that are watching their weight, watching high blood pressure. You're trying to balance it all out, and it's like, it's a losing battle.
The Paranormal Society's called us in. Their leader, Steve, is cooking food void of nutrition.
Not to mention flavorless, white, and dead.
Our challenge is to get them to eat the right food at the right time.
And to show them that delicious food means bright, vibrant ingredients simply prepared. What a great night for an exorcism.
Of their diet. It's creepy.
Grow up.
We got the cameras set up for the investigation tonight.
Yeah, it's all ready to go.
Oh, that'll be
I'm
awesome.
sure there'll be lots of activity.
Hey, guys.
Steve, how's it going?
How are you?
I invited a couple of friends along for dinner tonight.
Hi, Steve. I'm Julie.
Julie's a nutritionist. Ezra's a chef. And they are here because this stuff has got to stop. We've talked collectively about this together.
You're a great paranormal investigator, but you're a horrible cook.
Really? Why?
Oh, Steve, this stuff has to end now. We can't eat this anymore.
Wow, man, I'm still pulling the knives out of my back when it comes to the guys. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Steve, is that a joke? What happened to the rest of the burger?
They were complaining if they were too big, they're too big.
Steve's meal is lacking in fiber and protein, sorely lacking in vitamins. This is not investigation food because you're gonna nap. Your blood sugar goes up and then you all want to sleep. It's really important to keep in mind the timing of your meals for proper sleep patterns.
You know, Julie, if you cut around the burger so that the bun actually fits, you have less carbs, right?
Yeah, it's like a slider, that works.
Oh, Steve! Oh my God!
Can't be that bad. Jeez.
I spit out the burger like I was being exorcised.
This is an evil burger.
An evil burger.
An evil burger that I never, ever want to see again.
There's no flavor on this table at all. I'm scared. I don't know where the flavor's coming from. To me, it seems like it's coming from the condiments and the processed cheese.
But that is stuff that they are wanting with the meal. That's what I was gathering
But do
from
you
these
think
guys.
maybe it's to compensate for the lack of flavor in the actual food? How can Steve be so oblivious to his friends' needs? He needs to stop tracking ghosts and start listening to his friends.
When I have to cut my salad with a knife, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I feel like I'm just walking in slow motion through these investigations.
I have to put tons of ketchup on my burger. It's just horrible.
At least this is whole food. It's homemade.
I can see your concern, Steve. It's just that the food has to taste good.
Steve thinks he's cooking healthy because he's cooking at home. Home-cooked meals really give people the impression it's healthy. A fully loaded burger can be over 600 calories if you get mayo on there and the cheese on there.
Please tell me you seasoned the burger at least. At the very minimum, there's some...
Yes, there's some seasoning.
Like?
Oregano and some cereal.
Some cereal?
What?
Cereal.
You put cereal
Give
in
it a little
burger?
bit of, give it a little bit of crunch.
Steve, for a paranormal investigator, you might be the least perceptive person I have ever met. So I would like a commitment from you that you're gonna change your ways, you're gonna listen to this group, and we are gonna get you through.
Sure, if we can all come to a common goal, why not?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, can we raise our glasses?
I'm hoping he's gonna listen to Ezra and Julie and follow through.
To bring in the flavor back from the dead. Cheers.
I don't know what's scarier, hunting for ghosts or hunting for the nutrition on that plate.
Steve has been cooking in such a terrible way that he has scared off all the flavor.
It's like purgatory for food.
Yeah.
What I want you to hit: low sodium, higher protein, higher fiber.
I don't know what that means, but leave it with me.
Like, wow, what do I do now?
I need you to explain to me how you're a healthy guy, but there's no real health that ends up in the meal.
Compromise. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I don't know why. I've tried everything. I've given up.
You've tried everything?
I've tried everything.
Steve, I don't know about all this paranormal mumbo jumbo. The only thing I believe in is flavor.
You know, Ezra, maybe you should spend some time with the guys investigating this house, because I'm telling you, this place has tons of activity in it.
I'm open to it. I really don't think anything's gonna happen.
I'm definitely going to take him shopping.
Okay.
And I'm going to convince you that some of these ingredients are palatable and amazingly nutritious.
So I will believe as well. If Ezra will become a believer, I will too.
Awesome.
Steak for breakfast. I don't care if Julie has a problem with it.
The fat's coming off that steak.
I don't believe in any of this ghostly stuff.
We're a paranormal investigative group.
This is definitely a tough bunch to cook for. They're moaning that I don't give them enough flavor.
He says he's a health nut, but I have yet to see it.
We're here.
Nice trick, Jules.
The magic of nutrition. Let's go. We're coming out of a nutritional wasteland, so we better make this a very high-density meal. Maximum fiber, maximum protein, and a ton of vitamins. Zero-fat Greek yogurt. The probiotic is what I'm interested in.
All right.
Because when you're scared, you lose the good bacteria in your digestive tract. Have you ever heard of someone being scared-less? They mean it. So we need to get some serious probiotics into Ghostbusters.
Okay.
What we try to do is find or prove claims of a paranormal existence through EVPs, video, even physical touch. This is a reported hotspot area for sightings of Sophia. By any chance, have you been getting any feelings up here tonight?
I've been feeling a lot of sadness. She keeps going down the stairs, looking out the door, waiting for her fiance.
It's very rare you get actual physical encounters, but they do happen.
When the camera's off, Steve admitted that he's just lost 15 pounds, and he's really proud of that. You know that fluffy white bread you fed them earlier?
Yeah.
It contains 300 calories.
Wow.
This is only 150, and this has 5 grams of fiber a wrap. He loved finding all these great foods that can help him and his friends reach his goals.
What we've got cooked up for Ezra tonight on the investigation is a little bit of a hoax. Back in 1809, Sophia died here and is seen roaming the halls.
Come on.
After tonight, he's gonna become a believer in the paranormal.
Okay, let's go.
Come on up and we'll show you.
All right. I'm humoring these people. I don't believe in any of this ghostly stuff, but I don't want to be rude and insult.
Flaxseed. Do you use flaxseed?
Yeah, I do.
Great.
It's good for the heart.
It's great for the heart. You can use a tablespoon of ground flax with 3 tablespoons water and make up a cool egg substitute
That's
for
awesome,
baking.
yeah.
I learned a lot with Julie. It's something I can certainly incorporate from now on.
This is a hot spot where she's been known to open up this armoire.
Wandering spirits, doors opening by themselves. Come on, how gullible do you think I am? You know what, Mark? With all due respect, I don't get it. I don't buy it. And besides, Steve's meal got to me. What about you guys? I don't feel so good. Why don't we do this again in the morning? I wasn't frightened. Steve's meal was repeating on me. It was a race to the bathroom, okay? And, you know, maybe we'll have better luck.
Okay, so we'll reconvene tomorrow morning. Everyone agree?
Agreed.
All right, good night, everyone.
We were all scared all night long. So to have the sun pour through that window was fabulous. Last night, you made burgers and boiled rice. So today, we're gonna make a supercharged, nutritious breakfast.
I love breakfast for dinner, so why not steak for breakfast? This is a steak and egg wrap. Let's start with our delicious griddled onions.
Onions are a great source of fiber and help to balance blood sugar.
Worcestershire sauce. A little dab on each of the onions. Now, we grab a pot, put it right on top. And that will help press the onions into the griddle because what we want is even caramelization on the underside.
All right. I do think still that, you know, what I was cooking was fine.
Look at those onions.
But sure, there was some fine tuning needed.
There's quite a bit of fat on that, Ezra. I thought you were getting like a strip loin.
I'm gonna give them lots of protein. I don't care if Julie has a problem with it.
The fat's coming off that steak.
Salt and pepper liberally, and then we cook them on the grill.
Liberally not.
I want to maybe get some steak, some pork chops in there. Not more of this ground beef, hamburger stuff.
All right, Steve, 4 minutes aside, these are beautiful. The key is to let these steaks rest. If we cut too early, all the juices run out and you end up with a dry steak. Let me show you how to make a perfect omelet. Okay. It's my preference to use whole eggs.
We've just had enough cholesterol. I thought we'd lighten it up a bit and use some egg whites.
Only because you let me cook steak. Steve is caught between two worlds. Heaven, my world, and hell, Julie's world. Steve, come towards the light. Some sauteed spinach. We've got two kinds of cheese. So the first is Julie's choice. This is Frugal.
Extremely low carb and a great source of protein.
We'll use some Frugal, some Monterey Jack. That way we've got flavor and whatever she needs.
You don't like eating bland stuff. What's the point? It's got to have some kind of taste to it, or else you get turned off with it.
We'll take some of this steak, put it right on top of our omelet. And now last but not least, our delicious griddled onions. How good does that look? You ready? What do you think, Steve? Is the group gonna like this?
I don't know.
You're sure that substituting a 1/4 cup of the flour with a 1/4 cup of your mesquite is gonna work?
I have no idea whether the mesquite's gonna work.
I don't think this is gonna pan out.
Be very afraid.
They enjoy it, so I make it.
It's horrible, I'm telling you, it's horrible.
For a paranormal investigator, you might be the least perceptive person.
We're coming out of a nutritional wasteland. We're gonna first start out with a delicious frozen yogurt and move into spelt blueberry pancakes and some fantastic
But that doesn't sound
protein-rich.
filling, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
doesn't seem like there's
Steve.
a lot to it.
They're going to be stuffed. Let's get cooking. It is so easy to make frozen yogurt at home. We're gonna start with our zero-fat yogurt. It's alive. I love the probiotics. Now, this looks like something common. What do you think it is?
It looks like sugar.
I know, but I would never use white sugar in a million years.
I was gonna say.
This is xylitol, a
Okay.
new sweetener that's not only calorically reduced, but amazing for diabetes. Next, we've got some light coconut milk, great vanilla extract. It helps to stimulate your brain. And last but not least, some dry ice is perfect for cooking. This recipe, because it makes instant frozen yogurt, all right?
That's kind of scary.
It is
Yeah,
indeed scary.
I'm actually having flashbacks to last night.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. I've got my cauldron, as every good witch has.
It's funny, Julie. I've always thought you were a little bit witchy. Frozen desserts are supposed to have either fat or sugar, or the texture just doesn't work out. Julie's has neither. I don't think this is gonna pan out.
How different will this be from regular yogurt then? I mean, it looks interesting, but flavor-wise.
It's gonna taste amazing.
Steve, next we are going to make blueberry spelt pancakes.
Love it.
Okay?
All right.
To start off, we've got some whole wheat pastry flour.
And we're gonna take a quarter of a cup out of this recipe.
Are you
because
kidding me?
I wanna increase the fiber even more.
Julie, I can't win with you. This is whole wheat and
It's great, but mesquite pods are even better. Mesquite is full of nutrition, protein and fiber and delicious
wait a
sweet.
second. You're sure that substituting a quarter cup of the flour with a quarter cup of your mesquite is gonna work? You've done this.
I know that it's a great substitution and that it's delicious and it should work, Ezra. I have no idea whether the mesquite's gonna work. It tastes great, I know that.
It's infuriating. You know we're baking here, right? So if you throw off the chemistry, we could have flat
Okay, I'm
pancakes.
scared enough in this haunted house. Do you have to freak me out even more, Ezra?
I'm just saying, it's on you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you should be nervous. Next, Steve, we have some spelt flour.
A lot of people who are allergic to wheat can actually handle spelt much better.
Next is ground flax seeds.
This would be good for high blood pressure and cholesterol as well, wouldn't it?
You know flax.
Yes,
That's
yes,
awesome.
yes.
Steve's my kind of ghost hunter. He loves nutrition. He just really needed to learn more.
Baking powder and baking soda. This is 1% milk. You want just a little bit of fat in this batter.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
So I wouldn't go with like a skim milk then.
I would stick with a 1%, 2%,
Yeah.
maybe a whole milk if you're feeling frisky.
I think 1% is just great.
Okay.
And the calcium in this milk's really important for your lady friends, for osteoporosis prevention.
And now one last ingredient. This is our Greek-style yogurt. All right, Steve, now we're ready to start cooking our pancakes, all right?
Yep.
And let me introduce you to the scariest thing in Julie's world.
Butter, when it's heated at high temperature, smokes, and that is when we damage the saturated fat. We don't want to go there. Let's go for some coconut butter. It's so much better.
First
Pure
mesquite, now
MCTs.
coconut butter.
It's delicious, come on.
Do I think that Julie and Ezra are going to be able to help him out? We'll have to see what pans out, but I really hope they can.
We know to flip them when they start bubbling on top. And then we've got beautiful golden pancakes. What do you think, Steve? Is the group gonna like this?
They've been resisting everything I've fed them in the past.
Come
That's
on,
what I mean.
because you've never delivered something like this.
No.
But it just seems everything else doesn't work. I don't know.
This is my version of a complete breakfast.
All the nutrition is there.
Pretty hungry right now.
You could hear a ghost walk through the room.
You're a great paranormal investigator, but you're a horrible cook.
You're sure that substituting a quarter cup of the flour with a quarter cup of your mesquite is gonna work?
Doesn't seem like there's a lot to it. It just seems everything else doesn't work. I don't know.
This is my version of a complete breakfast. Steak, eggs, cheese, onions, pancakes, frozen yogurt. You got all the major food groups. Yum. Little ghost told me that they like steak and cheese, so I think they're gonna like it.
So here's to hoping that Julie and Ezra got through because I'm pretty hungry right now.
All the nutrition is there. The only thing I'm nervous about is that some people have to adjust to that much fiber in something. It changes the texture. Are they gonna go for that?
Steve prepared one of the most frightening dinners I have ever seen in my life.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Let me tell you what we've got here. At the end, we have some steak and omelet wraps with Monterey Jack cheese, Frugal cheese, a little sliced steak, some sauteed spinach. In the middle, there are spelt blueberry pancakes.
Blueberry pancakes. And we have a delicious frozen yogurt that is so healthy, you can have it for breakfast.
Smells much better than what it has been in the past. I think our hopes are up.
You could hear a pin drop. You could hear a ghost walk through the room. It was so silent for just a second. Then they just started raving.
It's delicious.
I really love the wrap.
Definitely has a lot more flavor.
This is fantastic.
They're eating like they're possessed. Guys, what's great about this meal is we're having it for breakfast, But all these components would work perfectly with dinner as well.
There's also so much fiber in this meal. That's what's really important. Lots of fiber, lots of protein. You really gotta keep your blood sugar balanced so you can handle your late night ghost hunting.
I couldn't believe anything so healthy could taste so good.
And the choice of steak that you put in this wrap, excellent.
I hope Steve can learn to cook like this all the time, because if he does, he's gonna have the best group around.
Nice.
Wow, that's encouraging. That's really my biggest critic.
It was fantastic to see everyone thrilled.
I'm in shock. I'm exercised.
The whole group was happy because it was a better meal and we all felt energized, and hey, we could go right through the night with that.
Marcel's got some psychic abilities. Are you feeling like this is something Steve could continue?
I feel that Steve will just love to continue this and make everybody happy. I predict.
It was a scary challenge, and I'm so glad to see how we pulled them out of the dark.
Compromises, no more. Look at guys, we actually have come to an agreement with something that we can all enjoy. It's amazing. After learning what I did with Julie and Ezra, it's something I'm certainly going to keep it going from now on. There's no doubt about that.
Mark, what do you think of the changes we've made?
Amazing changes. Everybody here at the table seems to be very happy about it. Thank you very much for your help. Cheers.
I think we should actually all raise our glasses to Steve. This is to bringing his cooking back from the dead. What do you say, guys?
No more zombies.
I think we showed Steve that compromise doesn't have to mean evil food. As long as he has nutritious ingredients that taste great, you get the best of both worlds. Now, if only Julie would stop treating me like the Antichrist.
That's meal resurrection for you. They're all clearing their plates, and I can see why.
Whenever you put steak and cheese and pancakes and ice cream together.
Hold on, okay, let's recap. Low-fat meat and low-fat cheese and frozen yogurt.
Julie, call it what you want. It's great food, it tastes amazing.
Yes.
Why do you have to win all the time?
Because I want them to live long. I don't want them to cross over into the afterworld.
Yeah, well, I want it to taste good while they're around.
For recipes and more, visit ownca.oprah.com/healthygourmet.